Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Gemma and today we're going to be looking at this. So this is the 100 bucket list books to read before you die. And I've been working on this for a few years now. And every year I pick one from each line to read in the forthcoming year, and then I come back to you guys in December and tell you whether I read those 10 books, and if I did I can scratch them off. These grey ones all need scratching off, and I pick the 10 for the next year. So I'm going to pick 10 for 2025 and see how many of the 10 from 2024 I actually read. So let's not whiffle and waffle, let's get straight on to the books. Okay, so I'm going to start with this top line here. And the one that I chose in 2024 was, alas, Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. Did I read it? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So that's excellent. So that means I've only got 2 left on this row. And the one that I'm going to pick up for 2025 is American Gods by Neil Gaiman, because I already have it on my Kindle. So that's the first line. From this second row, the book I chose for 24 was The Long Walk to Freedom, and I did not read that. No, I did not. So I'm going to choose a new book for 2025, and I think I'm going to go for Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I have read 4 Agatha Christie's now and I really enjoy her work. They're a lot of fun, so I think that one can go on the list for 2025. Next, in this row, I chose One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey, and I have not read it. So I'm not doing very well here, guys. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. But I'm going to keep this on the list for 2025 because this is also my 40 before 40 list. So hopefully next year is the year for old Ken Kesey. Moving down to the 4th row, the book that I chose for 2024 was Ulysses by James Joyce, and I read it. And that was quite a traumatic experience, so I'm glad that is off my list. So from the 4 remaining, I could be kind to myself, but I don't think I will, and I think I'm going to put Les Mis on my list for 2025. It's supposed to be very good, but it is very, very long, and apparently there's a long section about sewers, so yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, so I've moved you down a smidge, and we are now on this line here, which has a lot of empty things. But the choice for 2024 was Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, and I did read it. And so now we're looking a little bit better. I've done 3 out of the 5 lines. But I have also read from this line The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which I read in anticipation of James earlier this year, so I can cross another one off the list. So that's making that line look quite a lot better. And I think the book that I'm going to choose for 2025, I might actually go for Freakonomics right at the end here, which is a non-fiction by S. Dubner and S. Levitt, because I haven't put any non-fiction on from here for this year, so I think this is the time. Okay, and then down to this line, the book that I picked for 2024 was Notes from a Small Island. I have not read that. Nope. And I think the one that I'm going to go for 2025 is American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. This has pretty visceral opinions one way or the other, so I am intrigued to see where I sit with that one. So I'm going to put that on the list. Let me move you down a bit. Okay, so moving to this line. The book that I chose for 2024 was The English Patient, which I alas have not read. I feel like I'm not doing very well here. And I think I might go completely off the beaten track for next year and go for London Fields by Martin Amis. I've never heard of this book, I've never heard of this author, I have absolutely no idea what it's about, so if anyone does know, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to go for a complete random pick for 2025 and see how that does me. Okay, moving down to the 8th line. This one here, the book that I chose for this year was The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, and I have read it. Apologies if the camera angle has moved. My phone ran out of storage space, so I just had to go and delete a load of videos. But while we're looking at this row here, I have also read another one from here. I read Hamlet by Shakespeare, and yeah, I read that in conjunction with Enter Ghost by Isabella Hamad, so I can also cross that one off. Okay, so choosing something from that final row, I think I'm going to go for this one at the end. Gladys Aylward, The Little Woman. I have no idea what that's about, but I feel like this is the year to discover what some of these more obscure titles are, so that I can feedback to you and let you know if they are indeed books that I would recommend getting your butt to. So yes, I'm going to add that one to the list. Now I'm just going to drop you down again. Okay, and we're reaching the end, guys. We're reaching the end of row 9. And I think it's a bit on the wonk. I think that's better. So from this I chose The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Okay, excellent. So I think from this row, the one that I'm going to pick for 2025, I'm going to go for Bridget Jones's Diary by Helen Fielding. I feel like, having watched the film many times, I would really like to see how it compares to the book. So we're going to add that one on for next year. And then the bottom line, the one I picked for this year was Tell No One by Harlan Coben, and I did read that. Okay, so that's great, except it leaves me with some really challenging options on the bottom row there. We have War and Peace, Moby Dick, A Tale of Two Cities, and Middlemarch. A Tale of Two Cities and Middlemarch I have previously DNF'd. I will get back to them in order to get this completed, but I mean, for next year I don't want to revisit those, so that leaves me with Tolstoy or Melville. I think I'm going to go for The Whale. Let's do Moby Dick next year, or attempt to, at least. I feel like that, in collaboration with having Les Mis already on this list. Okay, so if that was in a bit of abrupt cut-off, apologies for that. My storage ran out again. So I thought I'd deleted enough just to get me through to the end of this video, but alas, I did not. So that is it. So in summary, of the 10 that I had, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 10 plus 2 extras. So I actually read 8 from the list, only 6 from my personal list, which I'm actually quite happy with. That's quite a good achievement for me when it comes to TBRs, so I will take that. We'll see how we do with next year's 10. I would love to know if you've read any of these, what your thoughts are. If you don't want to leave a comment, then you can just leave me an emoji. And as this is the 100 books bucket list, leave me the 100 emoji. And yeah, I will be back very soon with another one, and I will be back at the end of 2025 with an update on the big list. Okay, see you later, guys. Bye.